Hello and a warm welcome to the program. I'm Melinda Akinlami. Coming up today, Plateau State Governor Caleb Mutfwang condemns latest attack in Mangu as state government describes violence as ethnic cleansing and land grabbing. Police in Plateau parade suspects believed to be connected with the attacks on Mangu local government area. Kogi State Governor Yahaya Bello closes out his second term soon as he promises better infrastructure as his successor gets set to take over the mantle of leadership. We begin in Plateau State, north-central Nigeria, where police have paraded 16 suspects arrested during an operation to restore normalcy in Mangu town. 9 of them were arrested for the latest set of attacks, while another 7 were apprehended as a result of the attack on December the 24th last year. About 30 persons, mostly women and children, were killed by the assailants in Kashalek village. In recent weeks, several communities in Mangu have experienced recurring attacks by gunmen who kill and injure residents and destroy their properties.
The Plateau State Police Command has successfully repelled an attack and some attack on villages in Mangu, LGA of the state on the 24th of January 2024 at about 22:00 hours. We received intelligence concerning an attack which was targeted on Intam community and ASTC company, both of Mangu LDA. Our team of agile police officers from the IGP Special Intervention Squad stationed at the ASTC company in conjunction with the area commander Banchi and DPO swung into action and thwarted that effort of the attackers. In a separate incident, an attempt by some criminal assailants in Panyam district to set fire on some worship centers was prevented by the swift intervention from the police and with the help of some elders of the community and other security agencies. Also, in another development, to further strengthen the existing security architecture in Mangu LGA and ensure compliance with the curfew imposed by the government and prevent further escalation of the incident, which is almost snowballing into an ethno-religious crisis. I have ordered the deployment of additional special intervention personnel to Mangu LGA to be commanded by the area commander Banchi and restore normalcy in that area.
The security breach in Mangu local government area has been condemned by the governor, Mr. Caleb Mutfwang. In a press statement signed by the Director of Press and Public Affairs, Mr. Giangbiri, the governor expressed concern on the escalating security challenges that resulted in the destruction of homes and livelihood. He also extended condolences to the grieving families, communities, and the injured, urging them to remain vigilant and quickly report any suspicious activities for swift intervention. The role of security agencies in the restoration of calm to the affected areas has been commended by the governor as he called for more collaboration with government. Governor Mutfwang asserted that any breakdown of law and order would not be tolerated again and urged security agencies to intensify efforts to keep the peace. An interreligious council meeting amongst its leaders as well as community heads is ongoing in Mangu as part of efforts to address the lingering security breaches in the local government area. Earlier, my colleague Jeffrey Zonal spoke to the Plateau State Commissioner for Information, Mr. Musa Shoms, who says a series of killings, especially in Mangu, is ethnic cleansing. He says it's time to call a spade to bring an end to the insecurity affecting the state.
As a government, our work is not to profile criminals. There are persons who the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria has saddled with this responsibility. They must do that for us not to have this gangsterism, for us not to have gangsters of epidemic proportion, killing from one village to another and getting away with it.
Who are you blaming for this? Clear terms. Because
we are blaming criminals.
That's why I said clear terms.
Yes, we are blaming criminals that come to kill our people. We are blaming assailants. We are blaming bandits. We are blaming terrorists that need to be suppressed by agents of the government.
Mr. Chums, you cannot blame bandits, criminals, and assailants. That's what they are. That's why they are classified as criminals, bandits, and assailants. Their job is to cause mayhem and cause fear. You cannot blame a doctor for being a doctor. You cannot blame a lawyer for being a lawyer. You cannot blame a criminal for being a criminal. Someone is failing. Who is failing?
I've itemized those that have failed in the eye of the people. The people who want to have a peaceful environment where they can do their businesses, they can go about their farming activities, where they can stay in their ancestral lands without molestations. I've told you, we need to have community policing so that our people will defend themselves, so that our people will protect themselves. It's long overdue. We cannot be talking about the same thing over and over. This is over 21 years on the Plateau where you have these carnages. Like before His Excellency became governor, Mangu was never a part of it. The moment he won election, Mangu became the epicenter. After when we were in court, they withdrew a bit from Mangu and went to other local government. Now that the Supreme Court has declared him governor, it has gone back to Mangu again. You know, we do not gather intelligence on behalf of the security agencies. We only share ideas. We only cross-fertilize. We only cross-breed. We only look at these things from perspectives and we give them information. So this thing, like I told you, if there's a man behind the mask, he needs to be unveiled. If there are men behind the mask, they need to be unveiled. People cannot be bigger than Nigeria. We cannot be going through this evil and vicious cycle over and over again. If you want me to name a name, there are videos all over. People have said these are the persons that came in cahoot with us to go and kill. They should be arrested. And when they are arrested, yesterday I was on a radio program on Nigeria Now. My colleague in the program said the prisons are filled with criminals, that the requisite punishment should be given to these people when you kill. It is expedient that you are killed too, so that you will not continue with this gangsterism. It will help us as a people. It's quite unfortunate that we are saying this on national TV, but we cannot continue with this gangsterism over and over.
Chief of Army Staff, on our Christmas Day, end of year program, December 31st, it said it's mismanaged political crisis that has snowballed into Christmas Day carnage, and you are affirming that as well. He also traced back in that particular interview, because I was part of that conversation, that in 1995, the election of a chairman somewhere in Just North also sparked this crisis. So isn't it time for the political actors to come together? And what is the governor doing besides setting up or directing or giving order for a curfew and all of that? What is he doing to make sure that peace and order and hope is restored to the people?
It's like overflogging a dead horse for you to say this is a political crisis. It is not. It is ethnic cleansing. It is land grabbing. It is annihilation. It has nothing to do with politics. In politics, it's over. There is no contest for any seat on the Plateau. So I don't know why people will limit this thing and cubicle it to politics. It is not politics, sir. On the Plateau, the APC belonged to the PDP in the past. 98% of those in the APC today were members of the PDP. If they had issues, they moved to the APC. They didn't fight anybody. On the Plateau, we don't fight because of politics, sir. We only fight at the polling unit. Go and check our history. But in the event that we cannot say that there was never a political crisis on the Plateau, but it wouldn't escalate to this level where you go to villages and kill women and children and you name that politics. It's beyond politics. It's above politics. It's far from it. It has no nexus with politics. It is annihilation. It is land grabbing. It is termination of people. It is ethnic cleansing.
Staying with security in the Plateau, the military has admitted that herder militiamen are responsible for the attack. At a news conference in Abuja, the Director, Defense Media Operations, Major General Edward Buba, says special forces have been deployed to hotspots in Plateau State to contain the situation. General Buba adds that the Defense Headquarters is also making moves to meet the chairman of the Christian Association of Nigeria in Mangu local government area, Reverend Timothy Dalok, over his recent comments accusing the military of supervising the killings of Christians and destruction of properties in the state.
talking a little about the situation that happened in Plateau State, specifically in Mangu local government area of the state. I will say that the situation was triggered by a combination of factors, including the attempted cattle rustling and the killing of a Wang man by Header militias. It was reported that a Wang man riding on motorcycle along road Mangu Sabongeri Mangu Hall ran into a herd of cattle crossing the road on the 22nd of January 2024. The herders reportedly killed the Wangavul man on the spot. Consequently, Wangavul militias mobilized and attacked herders and Muslims resident around Gangwaram quarter in the early hours of the 23rd of January. And since this incident, it has become a free-for-all between the Header militias and the Wangavul militias mobilizing against each other.
While the defense headquarters has described as baseless and false accusations that the military is biased and supports a particular group against the other over the killings in Mangu, the military's response follows allegations of bias by Reverend Adaluk. In a statement by the Acting Director of Defense Information, Brigadier General Tuka Gusau, the military says the troops have carried out their duties professionally and in accordance with the rules of engagement. Away from Plateau, but still on security matters, the FCT Minister, Mr. Wike, has asked all area council chairmen and traditional rulers to set up vigilante groups in their various communities. The minister gave the directive during a meeting with the area council chairmen and traditional leaders over the security situation in Abuja. He says the federal government will embark on more demolition of shanties as a way to uncover illegal occupants and criminals, as well as other measures.
We have instructed all the area councils to set up vigilantes, and we will believe that those vigilantes will not be the ones perpetrating the crime. Therefore, they must be profiled to know who are these people. Do we know them? Are they from our communities? And again, some of you may have heard, we're demolishing shanties. You know that it is difficult for you to identify criminals in pure houses. Criminals would like to perpetrate and go to where you wouldn't know where they are. And so most of these shanties house the criminals. So we have taken it upon ourselves to let you know that from time to time, government will not to demolish shanties. Very soon, we are going to roll out our buses, which will be painted in Abuja colors. In that case, we will not allow taxis that are not painted in Abuja colors to operate here. So that this one chance will no longer be there.
Still to come on the program, SANU urges federal government to address economic and security challenges in the country. We'll give you details in a moment. Join us again. Welcome back. The Senior Staff Association of Nigeria Universities, SANU, is asking the federal government to find solutions to the challenges confronting the nation, especially insecurity and the declining educational standard. Various speakers stated this at the Zonal Executive Council meeting of the association held at the University of Ilorin in Kwara State. Executive members of the association in the West, including Kwara, are at the institution to deliberate on union matters and some national issues.
No matter how good someone is, when he or she is not given the platform to operate seamless, to operate without hindrance, his best will naturally not be seen. And as a union that is populated, like I said, by professionals, what we do is to even service other people. You know that the university as a community is for the students. We are all here for the students. And we, at the end of the day, during graduations, you hear the chancellor normally pronouncing that those that are to be awarded are found worthy in character and learning, not in learning and character. So we are the ones molding the character of these children when they come here, from the way they are received, from the assurances about their security, from the well-being about their stay in the hostels, and their Medicare in the hospital within the premises. And we also try to relate between the community where the university is situated and the locals. So it's clearly an umbrella for the education sector, for the university as a citadel of learning. So this meeting today is to look at how our members are faring in the University of Ilorin and those other universities within the Western Zone, and then also whether or not government is also living up to expectation.
Let's move to Kogi State now, where the governor, Mr. Yahaya Bello, has declared that his 8-year administration has recorded tremendous improvement in infrastructural and human capital development. Governor Bello stated this during the 4th combined convocation ceremony of the Kogi State Polytechnic in Lokoja, the state capital. According to him, part of his achievements is seen in the repositioning of the State Polytechnic to a 21st century institution.
Kogi State Polytechnic Lokoja is holding its 4th combined convocation ceremony. Governor Yahaya Bello is a visitor to the institution, and he was accompanied by the governor-elect Usman Ododo and his deputy Joel Salifu. They were received by some management of the institution, after which the event commenced with a procession by the academics. The 7th rector of the institution, Dr. Salisu Usman, disclosed that his 3-point agenda of reform, restore and repair has returned the lost glory of the Polytechnic.
Your Excellency, I'm happy to inform you that since we came on board, we have been able to tackle insecurity. And I'm happy to tell you the reason why we were able to achieve that was because we were able to fortify our intelligence gathering system.
This combined convocation ceremony is for students who have completed their course of studies and have met all the requirements, both in character and learning, as approved by the academic board. The chairman academic board speaks more on the achievement.
The Polytechnic has, under the supervision and guidance of council, in the past 3 years, attained remarkable milestone in academic excellence, innovations, and infrastructure development.
The management of the institution had made a decision, and the reading of the citation of Governor Yahaya Bello paved the way. He was conferred with a fellowship for his outstanding performance on infrastructure and human capital development in the state. Also awarded with the fellowship award was Alhaji Ozi Salami. Governor Bello, who will be handing over to his successor in 3 days' time, believes his administration in the last 8 years transformed the education sector. He appreciated the people of Kogi State for voting for Usman Ahmed Ododo as his successor.
We ensure that Ahmed Usman Ododo, the governor-elect, passed through the best hands. He went through the blast furnace. He came out shining, golden, and ready to take the state to the next level.
The 4th combined convocation ceremony has 104 students who graduated with distinctions from across schools and departments at HND level. 7,653 students graduated with national diploma, and 4,427 students graduated with higher national diploma in various programs.
Therefore, we shall all accept this appointment as the will of the Almighty God, who gives power to whom he desires. Our cooperation and support remains crucial to the successful reign of our monarch. Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, our royal fathers, spiritual leaders, ladies and gentlemen, I sincerely appreciate your coming to honor us with your presence at this epoch-making event in Ibira land. We covet your prayers and wise counsels for our revered king, especially at this maiden period. Thank you all for listening and remain blessed.
The Sea of Heads is seen live there in Okene, Kogi State, are part of the coronation ceremony, all attending the coronation ceremony of the Oyinoyi of Ibira land, which is taking place in Okene local government area. Alhaji Ahmed Anaje is being installed following his appointment on January the 9th by the governor, Yahaya Bello. He was chosen out of 75 contenders for the throne after several government interface with the Ibira Area Traditional Council to initiate succession procedures to enthrone the next monarch.
This is profile of His Royal Majesty Alhaji Dr. Ahmad Tijan Mohammed Anaje, the Oyinoyi of Ibira land. His birth. Alhaji Mohammed Anaje was born on the 29th June 1974 into the popular and polygamous family to late Alhaji Mohammed Anaje Ali of Aswe clan. He then died the district of Onobobanyo of Okenwe, and Mrs. Sefia Mohammed Anaje of Omoe clan, both of Okenwe indigenous settlement. He is married to Hajiya Husseina Ahmed Anaje of Akota clan from Obeira and blessed with 5 children. Educational background. He attended Saifuddin Primary School, Okenwe, where he obtained his first school leaving certificate in 1983. He attended Ibrahim Muslim Community College, Okenwe, MCO, in Okene local government area of Kogi State, where he obtained his West African School certificate, WASC, in 1993. After his secondary school education, he started his Islamic studies at the Sarafuddin Madrasa, Okenwe, under the leadership of Mukademu Alhaji Yakubu Taaba. May Allah be pleased with him. He's late now. He also learned Islamic studies under the then late Chief Imam of Ibira land, Alhaji Musa Galajima of blessed memory, before he proceeded to attend Mahad Arabic School, Madina Alekuro in Ibadan.
From Kogi, we move to Nasarawa State, where members of the Executive Council have promised to deliver their mandate to ensure the development of the state. They mentioned this when they visited Governor Abdullahi Sunle to congratulate him over the affirmation of his victory by the Supreme Court. Our correspondent, Halima Gayam, has this report.
His Excellency.
Governor Abdullahi Sule receives members of the Nasarawa State Executive Council at the Government House in Lafia, the state capital. They have come to felicitate with him over his victory at the Supreme Court.
Secretary.
Leader of the delegation, who leads the Education Ministry, gave some details of what's in the offing for the people.
The people of Nasarawa State will see more hands of development from you. Your vision is undoubted.
The ESCO members pledged their support for the Sule-led administration in Nasarawa State.
I want to assure you that the mandate, the work that you've given us, sincerely, with our heart, we will work for you and we will make you proud.
Governor Sule thanks them for their loyalty and support, promising that his government will be all-inclusive and will leave no one out.
This is not a victory for A.A. Sule. It's actually a victory for the party, a victory for our administration, a victory for the good people of Nasarawa State, and indeed a victory for democracy. We have remained calm irrespective of all kinds of provocations and intimidations. And you can see our patience has paid at the end of the day.
They urge the people to rest as the cabinet members give assurances of the delivery of results in the last lap of Governor Sule's stewardship. Halima Agayam, Channels Television News.
That's the program today. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Melinda Akinlami.